Alright, before we get into this Art of War 3 battle, just want to highlight our opponent. This is Your Death from Team Titans 80W3. Very high percentages for win rates and multiple medals. Tough fight lined up here. Let's get into it. Alright, welcome back to another Art of War 3 replay. I'm your host, JEONG SINAH, and today we're going to be doing a tournament battle. This is the New Year's Alarm tournament battle. The goal of this tournament is to capture 3 Christmas trees. There's an AI convoy that travels through the center of the map, and you have to destroy the tree trucks and the resource trucks in order to collect the trees to win the tournament. Now, that's how you're supposed to play this tournament, but as you're going to see in this battle here, it does not unfold that way. This is how not to play the tournament. So here we go. I am HQ4 at this point, 6 minutes into the battle. My plan is to go for a high-tech army here. The reason being is my opponent is going for a high-tech army. So I'm going to need Zeus tanks to match with their Zeus tanks. We see that green is HQ4 at this time. We see double assault vehicle factories for Zeus tanks. We see Zeus Shield Typhoon build with possibly some Vertex or Thors to support. We'll see later on in the battle. So I'm going to get a Vertex out for just a scout. We see that Vertex fires on my airfield and it is going to retreat. So we got massive Zeus tanks coming out. I've got 95 command points. Pretty sizable army here at my disposal. So I'm going to split my ground army up. My hammer tanks are going to move over to the Christmas toy. We see Christmas toys there that spawn randomly on the battlefield. Here comes the first convoy of AI troops coming in. Shield generators are going to activate. My Zeus tanks are going to fight it out with the convoy here. So we see both a large resource container truck there. That's a bonus resource container that you can open after the battle for credits and other goodies. We see my Zeus tanks are starting to retreat though. I've got one Zeus tank though engaging that truck, and my hammer tanks are going to be able to come in and corner it. The rest of my ground troops are getting pursued by Red's forces. I'm going to go ahead and retreat, and I'm going to now turn around and engage. So we're going to be able to clean up these resistance forces very nicely. Each AI convoy has different levels of difficulty for units that support and protect the trucks. And here we go, we're going to be able to start to secure this resource container. Green's trying to harass though with the Vertex. My vehicles are going to start to move in. We're going to try and capture the tree there. And here we go, Green's going to try and counter. So Green's got a large army as well. Gold vehicle attack boost, here we go. My tanks are in the Christmas tree. We're trying to keep the Christmas tree away from the green player. I brought my Vertex in to support, but that did not go well. They got shot down very quickly. Bad micromanagement on my part. My Zeus tanks are now dishing out damage against the enemy Zeus tanks. And we see another convoy spawn in. So Vertex continuing to just circle the battlefield here. We can see my Zeus tanks are starting to win the fight here. So this is a really nice positive for my end of things, but it's costing a lot of tanks here to get the job done here. Gold vehicle attack boost. Another one gets thrown on. We capture the tree, so you can see there's a counter on the top of the screen there. That means I have one Christmas tree captured, and we're going to need a total of 3 Christmas trees. We can see there's a gold attack boost still going. I'm going to switch to a gold production boost just to get more tanks out. I'm starting to lose some steam here. My last few Zeus tanks are fighting it out with the green Zeus army. Looks like I'm actually going to win this engagement though, so that's nice on my end. Vertex are coming in to harass though. So now I need to retreat. I do not want to engage the AI army. I'm trying to minimize fighting the AI army as much as possible. That is a waste of energy and resources. So gold supply boost gets thrown on. I've got a few AI units being drawn towards my base, and I'm trying not to engage these units. It is not a good use of my resources or my firepower. Unfortunately, I'm starting to draw the units in. This is exactly what I do not want, so I'm forced to activate my shield generator. We are now fully engaging this red AI army. Again, this is not a good use of resources. We're trying to see if we can get past these units though. We can see Just past these units though, there is a resource truck there. Vertex coming in to score some hits on my units. This is a smart move from the green player. So now I've cleaned up these units, and now I'm going to try and pursue those trucks there. So we see 2 trucks. We go in. Let's see if we can finish off the trucks. Here comes the green player though. Very nice move from the green player. I am already weakened from having to engage the red army, and now green's coming in. Perfectly timed attack here. I did not do a good job on my part, not going to lie. This was not played well on my part. The Vertex are just shredding my units here. I'm trying desperately to hold on to the Christmas tree, but it is not going to happen. I am heavily outnumbered at this time, so I'm going to have to rebuild my ground army. So we see Vertex just continuing to fire. I have now transitioned to starting to produce some Thors. I need to somehow cut the production for this green player. We're going to do a test bomb run on the Christmas tree. We score some nice hits onto the green player's army. Not going to be enough to clean up the green player's army though. Looks like green might be maneuvering in for an attack. Here comes the Vertex though. They destroy my airfield. This is not good for me. The Vertex are now starting to shred my assault vehicle factories. I do not have enough anti-air to defend myself. I just lost a level 3 factory. The Vertex are dishing out damage, trying to see if they can finish off another factory. They swing in for another hit. That's a lot of damage on my factory. Probably going to lose the factory, and my second factory goes down. So now I'm going to transition to starting to build some anti-air. I need some defense to cover me from those Vertex. So starting to roll out some Typhoons now to mix in with the Zeus tanks. Also going to drop some anti-air towers as a precaution. Zeus tanks starting to partially maneuver in. Originally I was going to try and engage the green army, but it looks like green has retreated. And instead, now I'm met with the red AI army. Got a few red AI troops starting to move in to engage my Zeus tanks here. I can take care of these AI units, but again, this is not a good use of my resources. Vertex are coming back in. They're going to swipe some hits onto my special vehicle factory. I'm probably going to lose the special vehicle factory. There goes the factory. I had a special shield vehicle in production there, and this is not looking good on my part. I lose another assault vehicle factory. Another assault vehicle factory taking damage. Can I save the factory? No, I cannot. This is so annoying. Green is just being really annoying with those Vertex. Vertex are going to retreat. So now I have to rebuild my infrastructure. So I'm a little bit on the defensive right now, just trying to rebuild as fast as possible. So my Zeus tanks are maneuvering around, trying to get some somewhat decent positioning. Red's AI units are still hanging around though. I cannot afford to keep engaging these red units. Vertex coming in once again. Looks like they scored a scout onto my base there. I've got my factories back up and running again, so this is good, but that cost me a lot of resources, so it's not optimal. We need a counterattack at some point. Here comes the green army though. Green trying to launch an assault on my base, trying to finish me off, but green has bad positioning on this. I have really nice positioning here. My Zeus tanks have a nice concave on green. Green this time is making the tactical error. Green's units are concentrated in that narrow alleyway. Got a shield generator coming in now just in time to back up my Zeus tanks. And now we are just slugging it out at the entrance of my base here. Gold vehicle attack is going. It is Zeus Torrent Shield Typhoon versus a Zeus Typhoon army. And I think green here mixed in too many Torrent and not enough Zeus tanks, because the Zeus tanks are starting to run out pretty quickly for this army, and Torrents by themselves will not be enough to take on the Zeus tanks coming out of my factories. I also have the production advantage because we are close to my base. I'm going to successfully defend this attack. Green is now in trouble. Green needs to retreat. Green's going to start to lose some Torrents now, so I'm going to throw on a gold scout boost. I'm going to try to pick off some Torrents as green retreats. So I'm experimenting with a possible counterattack. We'll see if we can counterattack. Looks like there's too many ground troops though. I don't think I have the firepower to punch through. I'm going to go ahead and retreat at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and actually move my contingent. We're going to divert them towards the corner here of the map, and we'll show you why in just a moment. Meanwhile, I'm just continuing to produce more Zeus tanks. I'm going to rebuild my airfield as well, just in case I need to get some Thors out. I potentially want some Thors again. Gold Scout Boost is going now, so now I'm going to launch a two-pronged attack. So green can see that one of my armies is here at the bottom. Green is actually trapped engaging both the red resistant AI army and my army, so I'm going to take advantage of this situation. Gold vehicle attack just gets thrown on. Green is now trapped. Green is having to engage some armies at the bottom right-hand corner there. Meanwhile, at the top, I have maneuvered my vehicles into position. I'm going to start to exert heavy pressure on green. Now it is my turn to exert pressure onto green. I'm going to clean up a special vehicle factory. I'm trying to get as many factories as possible. That's going to help me. It looks like green's actually sit on an attack move, hence why green's troops turned around to attack my units. That's a mistake on the green player's part. So I'm going to be able to clean up the level 2 AV factory. I got a level 3 assault vehicle factory and a level 1 special. And now green's reinforcements starting to come in, and we can see green dropping walls down for letter C, I think, for contract. But let's be real here. Green is not trying to do contracts this battle. Green is definitely trying to win this battle. My forces unfortunately failed to punch through, and that was a full army that I sent to the green army. So green definitely has really good upgrades. So this is a tough fight. We are just slugging it out. So I'm trying to capture Christmas trees out here, and I'm producing some Thors. Here comes a Vertex to scout, and let's get a look at green. Green has a huge ground army in the corner there, so I actually need to reposition my army. I need to retreat. Green is headed straight for me. Zeus, Torrents, shield generator to support. So I've got full command points at HQ4 as well. Will this be enough to stop them though? Here we go, gold attack boost though. I send a couple Thors. We score some nice hits onto the green player's ground army there. Vertex swinging in for a couple hits, but is going to get cleaned up by the Typhoons. Looks like green is trying to get into a better position, so green is going to retreat. Going to send another Thor, another direct hit on that Zeus tank there. Green is trying to outmaneuver my army here, so I'm going to try and take this opportunity to score as many hits on the green army as possible before we get into direct engagement. And now we've got the green army cornered here. Let's see if we can dish out some good damage against the green Zeus tanks here. If we can clean up the Zeus tanks, that's going to allow us to effectively defend against this huge army from the green player. Green is starting to run out of units though. Here come my Thors, and my Thors are going to score a nice direct hit onto the green army. And we are going to be able to clean up the rest of this green player's army. Now we are in control. We have 106 command points to work with. We're going to go ahead and start to fill out the last bits of our army. So now I'm sending 3 Thors over to this green player. The reason being is this green player has extremely strong building. It takes 3 of my Thors, maxed out, rank 20 with 4 bombs and a gold boost to bring down 1 factory. So we're going to start to try to accumulate more Thors. At some point we're going to need to tech up to HQ5. So we will see what happens in a little bit. We're going to start to maneuver over here, secure the Christmas toy, and now we're going to move on to the green player. Another bombing run. We take out a level 3 assault vehicle factory. Nice pickup for the Thors. Green's in a pressure situation. Green cannot let me continue to take out their factories, otherwise they will not be able to produce a ground army to counter. So we can see I have HQ5 at this time and with almost full command points here. So my goal is to just keep 4 Thors on hand. Thor is going in now. We're going to try and score another factory here. Let's see how this plays out. We're going to take out the level 2 Avia factory in the back. We see 2 Thors cannot do the job. It takes 3 Thors to finish a level 2 factory. My Thors are now starting to retreat. Green is starting to stockpile anti-air towers. And we're going to score a nice hit on that ground army. Green left their army in place to try and defend against my Zeus tanks. Is now going to retreat, and now I'm going to move in my Zeus tanks. Now Green's in a bad position here. I'm going to be able to catch Green by surprise. Green is forced to drop tons of walls to try and defend their base here. So we're going to start to take out this level 3 assault vehicle factory and the airfield. So a couple nice factory pickups here. And the factory and the airfield go down. Walls coming in now for the green player. Now we're starting to clean up a few tanks here. And now we're going to try to take out some infrastructure as well while we're at it. And we're really just going to try to see if we can do as much damage as possible. I have basically full command points and over 3,000 resources. So this is a slow game of attrition that we are now starting to play. Just trying to steadily wear the green player out. Just really trying to take out as many of those resources as possible. Thor is coming back in once again. We're going to score now a direct hit on the Zeus, defending the green player's army and base here. I'm going to run out of Zeus tanks here, but that's okay. We can see that green is starting to struggle here a little bit. Green is going to clean up my army, but now I am continuing to just produce more units. I lost a lot of Thors in that fight, but that's okay. We've got the gold production boost. We're going to crank out another army super fast, sending another flight of Thors. Now here comes some Vertex, scoring some hits onto the ground army there. That's a lot of anti-air towers. Green has concentrated lots of resources on the towers. We can see 2 Thors on a gold attack boost was not enough to take out that assault vehicle factory. That is a heavily armored factory. I'm going to also lose a lot of Thors in the process. Oh, that was not a good trade. I traded 3, 4 Thors. I traded all my Thors for 1 airfield. That's not a good trade-off. So we're going to need to move in with my ground army. Green now trying to take out my Thor factory. That is unfortunately not going to cut it though. Green does not want to take the losses there. I'm going to move my Zeus tanks in now. This is a prime opportunity. We're going to try to take out those AA towers to see if we can clear a way for my aviation if we need to send another round. There we go. Vertex starting to come in and try and defend. More walls coming down to try and block my units. Zeus tanks coming in to try and help with the defense. This is not looking good for the green player though. Green is starting to struggle here. My Zeus tanks are now starting to pile on. Can Green stop my assault here? It's Vertex against Zeus against mass Zeus tanks here. There's a shield generator on the green player side to support the Zeus tanks, but there's just not enough Zeus tanks in the mix. And we're slowly starting to clean up the last bits of this green player's ground troops. More walls coming down for the green player. Green is still struggling to try and defend the attack. We're going to start to move in our tanks here. We see the last level 3 assault vehicle factory, and we're going to go ahead and clean up the level 3 assault vehicle factory. We're going to start to take out a few anti-air towers as well and take out the construction yard. Construction yard is going to go down. No more walls for the green player. We see one more construction yard in the back there. Looks like Green was going for a mass aviation build and was trying to make a transition. We see multiple avia factories and airfields, but that is unfortunately not going to work out for the green player. We are now moving in full force into the green player's base. Green has essentially nothing to defend with except a few Vertex, but despite that, Green is still trying to put up a fight here. So we need to take out those airfields and deny docking for those Vertex. I've switched to a red attack boost now at this time. I know that I have the game in the bag at this point. It's just a matter now of cleaning up the rest of this green player's infrastructure. So we're going to fire onto the headquarters, and by taking out the level 5 headquarters, that is essentially good game. Alright, the rest of this video is really just me cleaning up this green player's base as Green tries to defend with the Vertex. This was a very fun fight overall to play. Very stressful overall. This is not how you're supposed to play this tournament, but sometimes you have to do whatever it takes to take the win in the tournament. Alright, that's pretty much it for this battle. The rest of it's just me starting to do some contracts and stuff. Good luck with your battles. We will see you in the next fight.